There comes a moment in every person's life when you can no longer run from yourself. You can no longer hide from yourself. You can hide from the world, you can hide from the responsibilities, but you cannot hide from the voice inside your head telling you something is not right. You try to distract it, you try to ignore it. You can silence it for a while, but it always comes back because the truth doesn't disappear. Even though you try to avoid it, it just waits. Most people are not living in failure. They are living in comfort disguised as truth. They tell themselves, I will start tomorrow. I'm not ready yet. Things will change on their own. But deep down, they already know they are stuck and they are avoiding. And the avoidance slowly becomes their lifestyle. A life where potential is always postponed. A life where excuses feel safer than effort. A life where comfort replaces purpose. And over time, the lie starts to feel like reality. Too bad and too sad. There is a cost to ignoring the truth. It doesn't show up all at once. It builds slowly. One delayed decision, one ignored responsibility, one compromised habit at a time, until one day you wake up and you realize you are not where you thought you would be. Not because life betrayed you, but because you stopped choosing truth when it matters. Let me remind you, in Proverbs 12:22, the Lord says, the Lord detects lying lips, but He delights in people who are trustworthy. You gotta be true to yourself. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. Trust is not just moral, it is foundational. Because anything built on denial will eventually collapse under pressure. You better believe that. But here's the turning point. The moment you become aware, you become responsible. And responsibility is where transformation begins. Transformation doesn't begin with motivation. Transformation doesn't begin with inspiration. Transformation begins with taking responsibility for what you're supposed to do. The willingness to say, this is my life, and I am accountable for it. No more blaming the past, no more waiting for perfect conditions, no more helping people fix what they cannot fix, no more hoping someone else will fix it, because no one is coming to save your life that you've been postponing. The moment is both uncomfortable and powerful, but awareness hurts, but it also heals. Inside every person, there are two voices. There's a one voice that says, stay comfortable, don't risk it, don't change. And there is another voice that says, you are made for more than this. One voice protects your comfort, the other calls your potentials forward. And every single day, you choose which voice gets stronger. The truth is, you don't become disciplined in one decision. You become disciplined in repeated truth. Small choices, small steps, positive steps, small daily habit, healthy habit, daily honesty. Be consistent with it. That is how you change. Real change begins when you stop negotiating with yourself. Not when you feel inspired, but when you act anyway. When you don't feel like waking up, you do wake up. When you don't feel like walking, but you still show up. When you don't feel like growing, but you refuse to stay the same. In 2 Timothy 1:7 says, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-discipline. Self-discipline is not punishment, it is alignment. It is choosing who you want to become over who you feel like being in the moment. No instant gratification. So here's the real question. What truth have you been avoiding? Not what you tell people, not what you post online for others to see, but when everything is quiet, what are you delaying? What are your excuses? What are you pretending that is gonna fix itself, but it won't? Life responds to action, not intention. And the longer you delay the truth, the heavier it becomes to carry. But the moment you face it, something shifts. Because truth, even when painful, frees you. It breaks the illusion. It resets your direction. It wakes up the part of you that has been asleep. Jesus said in John 8:32, "You will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." Not comfort, not avoidance, but the truth. You don't need a perfect plan to begin. You need honesty. You need courage. You need a willingness to stop living in delay and start living in truth. Because your life will not change the moment you feel ready. It will change the moment you decide to stop lying to yourself. So today, my friends, face it. Not to condemn yourself, but to reclaim your life. Because the version you have been waiting for is waiting on the other side of honesty. And it begins the moment you stop running from the truth. Then you will start living.